Welcome to our Classic Car Features channel, where we explore the unique and timeless aspects of classic cars. In today's episode, we will discuss two features common in classic cars but have become increasingly rare in modern vehicles. So, buckle up and let's take a trip back to explore the charm of wood grain dashboards and manual chokes in classic cars. Let us introduce you to a classic feature with luxurious vibes, the wood grain dashboard. We are pretty sure that you haven't seen these in real life, because this antique feature is no more found in modern vehicles. However, it was one of the classic era's most iconic and trendy features. In the classic era, proper artisanship, skills, and expertise were required to build original wood grain dashboards and enhance the beauty of classic car interiors. If the front grille was considered the face of the car, then the dashboard was the heart of the car, because the driver meets his car, touches it, and communicates to enjoy the ride. That's why wood grain dashboards turned a classic car into a beautiful and luxurious vehicle. Initially, the wood grain dashboards were made from wood veneers or laminated woods such as walnut and mahogany or plastic, and were often decorated with intricate patterns and inlays. Although beautiful and luxurious, making such designs and delicate work took too much time in factories. However, in 1918, car manufacturers found a method to paint normal wood with such perfection that it looked like incredibly detailed and highly crafted woodwork. Wood grain dashboards were incredibly popular in cars from the 1950s to the 1970s. They were most commonly seen in classic American cars from the 1950s, such as the Ford Thunderbird, Chevy Impala, and Pontiac Bonneville. The popularity of wood grain dashboards declined in the 1970s as plastic and metal materials became more common in modern cars due to the revolution of metal handling in manufacturing industries. But today, wood grain dashboards are gaining popularity again because many classic car owners choose to restore and install them in their vehicles. Some automakers have also started incorporating wood grain elements into modern car designs as a nod to classic car styling. The next feature today is the manual choke. You might not have heard of manual choke in a car, but it was common in the classic era. The manual choke was an essential component of older vehicles that required a bit of finesse to start. It was a cable-operated device that adjusts the air-fuel mixture into an engine. Its purpose was to help the engine start in cold or hot weather. As you may know, today's engines use fuel injectors operated by computers or ECU to control the air and fuel ratio. But their ancestors were carburetors and manual chokes. The carburetor's job was to mix the air and fuel in a ratio to get the most out of the engine. But there was a problem. In winter, the engines were cold, and the economic ratio of air and fuel supplied by carburetors did not work well to start the engine. So here came the savior, known as a manual choke. The manual choke reduced the amount of air entering into the carburetors and increased the amount of gas to make starting the engine easier. When the engine started, the choke was slowly closed so carburetors could function normally and provide the most economical air-fuel mixture to the engine. A lever originally operated manual chokes on the car's dashboard. In the early days of manual chokes, they were connected to the carburetor by a cable, which was then connected to the lever. The manual chokes were used in automobiles to the late 1930s. Although automatic chokes were introduced in the 30s, their common use in America started in the 50s. Manual chokes are still used in some classic cars today, particularly in vintage racing cars. Modern cars now use a fuel injection system, which determines the amount of air or fuel required by the engine depending upon factors like engine RPM, load, air temperature, and engine temperature. In conclusion, wood grain dashboards and manual chokes are just two examples of the unique and captivating features that make classic cars special. These elements represent a time when cars were crafted with care and attention to detail, creating vehicles that were functional and works of art. We hope you enjoyed this episode of our Classic Car Features channel. If you did, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Also, don't forget to comment below. Let us know which classic car feature you want us to explore next. Finally, please give this video a thumbs up if you found it informative and enjoyable. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.